Fasano. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Madam President. Madam President, I'm going to start just with a series of thank yous. To the nonpartisan staff, OFA, LCO, OLR, I just want to thank them. What people don't realize is when we leave at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, nonpartisan staff tends to continue long after our departure to start putting things in order. We think our job is done, and it is. Nonpartisan staff begins and then comes back in early. No one sees these people. They're creatures of the night. They show up, they do their work, no fanfare. We ask them a gazillion questions. They give us all the runs and all the answers, and then we pick the one we like. But their work is invaluable to this building. And other than us thanking them, there are people at home wondering, I don't know who these people are. But they're the most valuable people, one of the most valuable people we have in this building. The partisan staff, Republican and Democrat. You know, you talk about us getting together and working. It's the partisan staff that gets together and works when we aren't working. So when we finish up at 1 o'clock and we can barely remember what we decided and we're hoping that they can piece it together for us, they got to get in the room and start thinking, what did that one, didn't we agree on this? But they work well together as a unit, functioning in this building. And although we're out there talking about how hard we work as legislators, partisan, nonpartisan staff come together, make us look good, and help us build where we are. And sometimes those budgets get across the finish line, and sometimes they don't. But the work is still the same, 100% committed, 100% excellent. And we have to thank them, each and every one, on both sides, and each side could not be nicer to the other side or more respectful. That's a working unit. That's what makes me proud to be in this circle. Also want to thank my caucus staff for putting up with me. Lisa, what you do is phenomenal. But that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Chairs and ranking members, when we called upon you to say, we got a problem, call this one, call that one, get the job done, you did it. Senators around this circle, anytime any one of us leaders called and said help, you were on the phone, you would come in. One time I said to Senator Minor, can you get up here in a couple hours? He said, Len, I'm in Virginia. And I said, and your excuse is? But he did come up the next day. He did come up the next day. But that's what we try to do. Our constituents were patient, and they're going to have good reason to be patient. We're going to get to that in a second. I also want to thank Senator Witkos, who has been a great leader and helped get this thing across the line. Paul Formica, who has been there all the time at a moment's notice and brings a great lunch. Craig Minor, who also has come up, as I said, when he was out of town, Scott France, and many others. Bob Duff, I want to thank you. I know you had even your family thing and you had to do your thing with your son, change in a room, go back to work, then unchange and get back to the camp because you're a committed father. That pays off in dividends. Senator Looney, if it wasn't for our relationship, as we talked about, I don't know if this circle ever would have functioned day one. I always said people are looking for us to fail. And we showed them we could put a deal together to make this circle work, and it worked. In the House, Majority Leader Ritter, who fought so hard, kept us together. Joe A to Z, who has multiple hats, sacrificed a lot to make sure we stay together, leave, come back. Representative Claridis, Vin Candelora, another two who are at the table constantly. And when you look at these folks, as I think Senator Witkos said, Senator Fonfara said, these discussions took a long time, but there's a reason why it took a long time. It took a long time because we didn't just say, we are short $5 billion. Let's take 10 from here, 2 from there, 5 from there, 3 from there, call it a day and get out. We talked policy. And the reason why we kicked out staff, frankly, was the ability that we knew each other as people. We served with each other so long, we could say what we feel, how we felt, without political titles, and get to the heart of what we wanted to do and find the commonality. Sometimes that lit a fuse, and that's okay. But most of the time it was so, and I hate to say it because it sounds sort of corny, but it was profound. It really was. We talked about issues that I don't think we've ever talked about in this building together as a group, and found less differences, not more. It was really amazing. That's going to bear fruits not only now, but I'm telling you it's going to bear fruits in the future. I think someone said we're going to be back here doing this budget. Of course we are. Of course we are. It's okay. That is okay. But we have the tools in place to get it done again. We have taken down walls that had separated us as separate parties and said, Connecticut comes first. I also say this. I think someone said, I think the date was September 15th when we had the vote. And it was historic in many regards. That's probably not so important anymore. What is important is that there was courage to bring the budget to light. And I think that courage wasn't so much to say this budget, which was a Republican budget, it was the right budget. It was courage to say you need to get a bipartisan deal done. It was courage to say we're not going to do it the other way. We want people to get in a room and fix this state for the betterment of the state. That's what that message was. They know the override wasn't going to happen. So it forced people to get together and have a conversation. Success. Look where we are. Look what we have done, short-term and long-term. We have charted a different course. We've gone a different path. Yes, it is difficult. Yes, as everyone said, there's stuff in here everyone could find a reason to vote no for. But most importantly, there's stuff in here that there's a strong reason to vote yes for. Stuff that we've talked about for eons and never have done. For one reason or the other, and it doesn't matter why. Blame is irrelevant. Reasons are irrelevant. Where are we today? We're in a different course. We're in a bipartisan course, which doesn't make it right off the bat. I agree with Senator Winfield. But when you look at this budget and say we are doing things differently, you can look that we have charted. We have said to the people the bonding in New York, we are working together. Stick with us. We've got a future in Connecticut. We have said to towns, we are not going to let you get hit by an executive order where your bonding rate is going to go up and it's going to take you 5 years to bring it back down. We care. We have said to education, we're not going to let you get cut. Everybody deserves a fair education. And by the way, we're going to change it. We're going to have a formula and we're going to make it right. We said that we are going to work together to build a stronger state, pay attention, listen to us, and oh, by the way, look, we may be upset the way Hartford's been run, but Hartford's the capital city. We're going to give it another shot. Get it right, because we're watching. We'll put a little dividend in there. We're not going to hang out to dry. You know why? Because business people called us up and said, who we trust, who we want to invest in the state, and said, help Hartford, give them a shot. Let them have their own destiny. We will stick with you. We, in fact, will donate our time, effort, and money to come to Connecticut. We're already in here, but bring our ideas to your floor and talk about them because we believe in Connecticut as business leaders. Big businesses, but don't let Hartford go bankrupt. Give them a shot. So we created a scheme in which we're going to give them a shot and we're going to watch them. Hartford's got to know this is their shot. Don't screw it up. This is your shot. And we're going to stick with them because those business leaders who have helped to Connecticut and promised to help Connecticut, we said, we heard you, we want you to stay. We're working with you. That's a different legislature than what we had in the past. We're all in it together. The strength of our state depends upon the strength of our cities. We're going to give them that opportunity. We're going to give them direction. And we're all going to be on them. We are going to move this state forward. This is the first path. Look, is this the best budget? No. If the Democrats were crafting a budget, will look like this? No. If the Republicans crafted a budget, will look like this? No. But that's not the answer. We are where we are. We got to join hands, go forward, press onward, and show people in this state we are one state committed to success, committed to bringing the economy back and moving this state forward. That's what this budget does. Let's get our feet under us. Let's get the foundation moving. We're going to have challenges next year, and as someone said, years after. Nothing we can't handle. After this, nothing we can't handle. We're good. We're moving forward. Support this budget. Let's get Connecticut on the right track. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.